And tonight, I'm really excited to get Cesar. See, my boy Cesar. Cesar, come on up, my friend. Cesar Mota.
And just so you know, he's very experienced. Has a bunch of rental houses. He's also a CPA. He's also ex-Army. Don't hold it against him. But he also worked for a lender for years, so he has a lot of knowledge.
Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in. He's one of our rising stars. You've only been on for 10 months, right?
10 months.
You can hit the slide.
Make sure you hold up
Hello?
high.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, 10 months. And you've gotten 2 properties so far since you joined, right?
Yeah. So 2 single family properties, and I already had 1, which I was doing incorrectly. So
right. And we hear that a lot, folks that join, right? Landlords.
Cesar, I need you to come over, stay within the square, so all the people on.
So they can see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's
hundreds of people out there.
Awesome. Yes.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, people are watching. There's YouTube, there's Facebook, and there's Ustream. The people on Ustream, I'm hearing it stuttering. Switch over to Facebook or YouTube.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, and I know Agnes normally watches online. Can you ask her if she's in jammies or joggers? I'm just curious. Yeah, just find out. So anyway, but Cesar, man, I really have enjoyed working with you. I know we've been working together for a number of months, and boy, your numbers are phenomenal. So we'll be looking at that tonight. Your background is in financial services, and your mom, or your wife, excuse me, has probably the toughest job in the world, which is stay-at-home mom.
Yes, that's correct. So I'm a corporate guy. So I've been with the current company I'm with right now for 18 years.
Live here in San Antonio?
Okay. San Antonio. And yes, my wife is a stay-at-home mom. We have 4 children, 2 young ones and 2 high school students. So she has a full-time gig there. So.
And by the way, you could be a successful lifestyles investor like Kathy Garcia, stay-at-home mom. We have a few of them that are just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, we have a lot of homeschoolers.
Yeah. And actually, my wife is the one that was pushing me over the age to get into real estate. So.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So she's an advocate.
So you would say she's a smart one.
Yes, very much so.
That's right. And hey, so this particular property, I know you got it from one of our realtors, right? Lifestyles Realtors.
Yes.
And yeah, so tell us a little bit about it. What did you end up doing to it?
Yeah, so it's a property we found here in Universal City, on a suburb outside of within the city, and it was an older property.
You didn't keep the snot green.
No. As you could see, we replaced that, so it wasn't too bad, but it was a small rehab. Okay. Had to redo the kitchen and there's the before and after on the kitchen, the restrooms, and just putting new flooring, paint job, and it was pretty much a slam dunk from there. That's painted the outside as well.
Awesome.
Very nice. Yeah, it was, and again, you got this within the last 10 months. The COVID season is going on, and that didn't scare you, huh?
So what was funny is that I locked into those 2 deals during the June. So I was in your February online class, and
that's right when COVID happened.
Yeah, actually, I had COVID.
Oh, wow.
And I was quarantined.
And you didn't die. That's awesome.
So, and I was quarantined for 14 days, and my wife's like, what are you going to do at that time? And that's when I actually attended your seminar.
You learned how to be rich during it, hey?
Exactly. Cool. So, but what happened is that once I did the process to do a refinance to get some cash out of another property, and then I also did a refinance for my current company, my current home, used the vendor here. Okay. And during July, we took a trip to Cancun, and during that time, I had all 3 of the properties under rehab, and I was over there. So it was
you got in rehab really quick.
Yeah. I locked in the deal somewhere around May, June, and then July they're starting, but I was over there. And
so that's what I'll explain to people when you start going. It's like cheddar cheese, sour cream, Pringles strips. Everybody know what I'm talking about? In the can. Can you eat just one?
No.
Because you eat the whole can. Look at that shit, 3 at once. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
let's show the numbers on this.
Yep. Numbers don't lie on this one. So what makes you most excited about this particular deal?
Equity capture.
Yeah. Why don't you walk it through? Just tell them, or do you want me to do it?
I could do it.
Yeah. What do you think?
So the appraised value came back at 202. The purchase price was 102 on it. As you could see, the rehab was around 25,000, right around what you're saying, 20 to 30. Yep. closing costs somewhere in 13 with the hard money and the conventional refi.
Right. And if you're new, don't worry about all that. I will break this all down the weekend, how we do it. Because look what his cash out of pocket is, guys. It cost him $11,000, not 20 or 30, but 11. Who likes that idea?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's
There's
good.
a technical term in the industry for that, Cesar. What is it?
Pee in your pants.
Make sure.
No.
You know, okay.
So I think I got it down now. And so rent, especially in this market, everywhere I guess it's going up. So I'm renting it for $13.25. Finding a renter was the hardest process. Is just screening because you have so many people wanting to rent a house right now.
And that's why I spend a lot of time on my seminars. You screen up front so you don't get bad people.
Exactly.
And you know what? You know why we're not worried about the COVID and all that? You know who our renters are? Essential workers.
Yeah.
Who are the only people working during COVID? Essential workers. It's the middle class. So we survived that.
Exactly. Yeah. So overall 15.9 on payments, and then cash flow is around 4,300, and so the cash on cash return is around 38%.
See how excited he got on a 38% return? He's like jumping up and down.
Gets
Yes.
for 559%.
I get a lot of very
return.
conservative people. I gotta have to get excited for them.
Absolutely. So all good.
That's awesome. Well, and this isn't just your only property, like you said. There is a portfolio. So let's see the next slide and get the breakdown here.
Yeah. So again, I have 3 properties. The first one was the one I had, which was my original home.
The School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my original property that I was already renting out. I ended up doing a rehab on it, and I'm renting it out for $1,250 now, and I was originally renting it out for $900. So my cash flow increased on that, and the refi only cost me $15,000 on that.
Awesome.
And then Glacier Sun is another one that I have, all through real estate, through Lifestyles. I got that one at Glacier Sun, renting it out, cash flowing at $455, and then the Westway property at $357.
So are they all cash flowing? What I told you guys, 2 to 600. You see that?
Yes.
Just like clockwork. Awesome.
Yeah. And the important part is the equity capture.
Yeah, that's huge.
So
yeah.
huge on all.
Congratulations.
166,000. Compare this to before when you were in your 401k, IRA, or TSP. Were you making these type of returns?
Nope. I didn't even. Well, I can't make any cash flow on my 401k
there's
because
no cash flow. You're right.
Because there's nothing coming out of that. So
it's like giving yourself a $15,000 raise.
Absolutely.
Give him a hand. That's good. What you want to do. Awesome.
Well, yeah. So go ahead. How did it change your life? Lifestyles.
So cash flow is good. Equity capture is better. We have my wife and I have a passion to, obviously with our kids, but also with our church. We're Christians and we want to serve. But right now I can't dedicate my time to that because I have my full-time job and my wife's at home. So what we want to do is get into multifamily next year.
Buy back your time, then you can give
buy
back your own way. That's what I always say,
Exactly.
and that's something big in my seminar when I teach. I'm like, once you get all the money, once you retire yourselves, then what? How are you going to help other people out there? And I get into whys, but I'll teach you that this weekend. And I love that idea.
And it's not just you; it was a team. So, and on the next slide, we can see some of the people who were on your team.
Well, it's all folks from Lifestyles. So we used the general contractor from Top Gun, Levi. He did 2 of the rehabs, and one of them I got another guy. Our hard money is done through Red Door, and our conventional financing's through Gateway.
Is Damon still around with Gateway? I know he was here earlier.
Yeah, he was here, and I used April, which is right
Counterpart.
Yeah, exactly. And it was very smooth. They talk to one another. They know what the business is. So it was a very smooth transaction. And obviously with your help, Joey, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
So,
I love it. So congratulations. With that, I mean, do we have any questions?
Well, I want to ask Cesar one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
I love asking every new person this when they first do this. What advice would you give the new people?
The biggest advice is, and I'm struggling with this for multifamily, is getting over fear. Because if you're used to doing it so I have money tied away in the stock market exactly, and it just trying to get over that fear is the biggest challenge. And so the advice is just to take action. Once I took action, then things started happening. So,
I mean, you did huge amounts, already. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So yes.
There we go.
Here we go.
Got to get a microphone. Okay, you're going to sing All Eyes on Me by Tupac. Go.
All eyes on me. So, congratulations.
She played along.
So my question is, when you walked up, you said you made a mistake and you were doing it the wrong way. What's the wrong way?
So I had
Good question.
good question. So I had an investment property, but I was doing it the wrong way because I wasn't cash flowing. I was just I was renting it at 900 and my mortgage payment was 8 something. So I wasn't cash flowing. And so once I invested 15,000 to do a rehab, I was able to increase the rent on it. The tenant is happy. That's the problem. Is she wants to stay there forever. So I don't know how I'm gonna sell it, and so because she loves
sell
it.
it to her.
Exactly.
So it's a great question.
So that's what
a lot
I'm
of
saying.
people, we're in San Antonio, so it's military USA. We get a lot of accidental landlords. In other words, they're stationed here, then they're like, oh, they buy another house, and then they turn it into a rental, but they don't fix anything up, so they can't get market rents. So they rent it for whatever. Well, they're not making profit. They come here, they learn, no, you have to have best product, best price, make it beautiful. You'll attract better residents, and then you'll be profitable. So it's just a model that we've been doing for 30 years. He learned the model. He says, you know what? I can be more profitable. It'll work perfect.
Yeah. Great question. Any other questions? Any online questions? Mr. Jose.
Cesar, congratulations, great job.
Thank you.
On the rehab, what was the average time to remodel everything?
How long did it take you? How many weeks to rehab a property?
So average time, well, for both rehabs.
Let's say the one with the green.
Yeah, so it was around 5 weeks. 5 weeks.
Yeah, I typically say 4 to 6 weeks
Yeah,
is average.
it was around 5 to 6 weeks. I mean, you're gonna have your ups and downs, and you have to keep on pressing forward.
Hard money on that deal?
Yes, I did have hard money.
Because of the interest.
And just so you know, guys, well, first off, when you say because of the interest, guys, this is how it works. You have 4 to 6 weeks of being hard money. When you close on a deal, are you paying your first payment? No, it's not due till 30 to 60 days later. You should have, before this is ever even finished, the first month's rent and deposit before that payment's ever due.
Right.
If you listen to what I taught you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
That's great. We have
Great
tools
question,
to factor that all in.
Yep.
I mean, it's all in a spreadsheet. You can see those holding costs. You know what it's going to cost you at the end of the day.
And Jose, you've been to my seminar. You ever notice when I sit there and factor it in, I have 2 months worth of holding costs in the numbers already. My closing costs are super high on purpose to be cautious that way.
Right.
So we always prepare, like Boy Scouts.
Got another
One more?
question?
Okay.
Oh.
How did you go on vacation while you were in rehab?
How? How you doing, Trina? We work together. So how did I go on? Well, I don't understand.
No, in other words, but the contractors work on
Oh, okay. Now I get the question.
How
So,
do you keep track
yeah,
of them? Weren't
so-
you there watching them every day?
Yeah, no. So it's very off. Excuse me. So I mean, that's the beauty of the vendors is that they hold them accountable and they report to you. On one specific one, we didn't start until I came back. But in general, they take care of everything. They handle everything. They do everything. And they're general contracts, so they do all the plumbers. Everything is being handled by your general contractor. So I am a corporate guy. I work in HR. I don't do anything from a construction perspective. So
You must love my speeches, Cesar,
Yeah, actually, I do.
because you're in HR.
Yeah.
I am-
Oh, but we'll talk later. We'll talk with your attorneys. I know.
Awesome.
You're like Toby from The
Let's
Office,
take
right?
one last one over here.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get one online then, because we gotta.
How are the mentors compensated, and how many people can you mentor successfully?
Great question. How are the mentors? We pay mentors salary. Why do we pay them a salary? I don't want to be influenced by any deals. They get no extra money for doing it. All of my mentors become millionaires. So when I came to Lifestyles, right, and I went to Dell's first seminar, he says, hey, if I make you guys millionaires, give back in one way. Well, they come up here and do a case study, come on the radio with me, share your story, inspire your next generation. But he said us, because we were the first guys in the room, he said, if I make you a millionaire, teach other people how to do it. I'm like, yeah, like I'll be a millionaire. Here I am years later. I started teaching classes. So Dell will only let me work 4 days a month. What a mean boss, right? So these guys are paid salaries.
Yeah, and the mentors, sometimes we get the reputation of being deal killers. Occasionally, because we're kind of a check and balance, they'll get a blast from maybe a realtor, and we'll look it over, and we'll just say, You know, we tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, to make sure it's kind of that safety net. And I'm happy to give back.
Do you like that they're neutral? They don't get anything out of these deals. So we
Yeah.
do it that
Like,
way on
we
purpose.
We have no bone in the fight.
Now, the agents, they get paid commission, right? But who pays for that commission? The seller, so it doesn't cost you anything.
And I remember Jim Vaughn, my mentor, who's an amazing guy. It took 3 of us to fill his shoes just because we've grown so much. But he helped talk me off the ledge from a lot of deals, which I shouldn't have done, which I'm so very much grateful for. So.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of our things is giving back.
I think we had one online question.
Yep. Let's take one.
Okay.
Okay, so this question is from YouTube. I've got a couple, so I'm going to just pick one. Suzanne asked that you said you originally, when you started doing rentals, you were doing them wrong. What do you mean by that?
We covered that a little bit already.
Yeah, we already covered that.
Yeah. Is there another one or?
You were playing Words with Friends over there. You didn't know what you were doing.
I'm answering all of the people having issues
It's
with
okay.
the
I know you're
screen.
asking. They're having problems on the one stream is sluggish for them.
The only other question was just specifically, how did you get this property so much below market value or the appraised value?
Well,
Yes, Cesar. Where did you find this property, or how did you get this
Well,
property?
I used
Was
the
it Lifestyles Realtor?
Lifestyles, which
So-
is
so-
no longer with us. But
So yeah, if you come to my seminar, I'll show you how to find these properties. I do it literally every single seminar. I find a new property. How many people have been to my seminar before? Do I not find awesome freaking deals every single time? Yeah. Has anybody even bought a property since joining Lifestyles? Who bought a property? Look at all those hands. Success. You understand? So
and sometimes, we'll buy and we're pleasantly surprised,
Yeah.
yeah, like for this
Sure,
one,
better.
the one I just showed, they the original estimate had it at 175 and it came in at 202.
And it was still a good deal at that price.
It was still a good deal.
remember,
They try to be conservative and not.
it's an appraised value. So
Right.
our guys do CMAs. I'll teach you all that this weekend. Can it go up in value since you buy it? Absolutely. Happens all the
Right.
time.
And we try to err on the side of being, conservative.
Yeah, we're super cautious and conservative with our numbers.
Just to be careful. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank
Awesome.
you so much,
Yeah.
Cesar. Thank you for giving back. Give me a hand. Appreciate it.